A dangerously cold night in Evanston, classes canceled, midterms postponed, students bundled up and bracing for the worst. We'll tell you what you need to know to stay safe this week.
I'm outside the studio. I'll show you just how cold it is and how to stay warm.
And I'm at a local emergency shelter offering safety for homeless people on frigid nights.
Those stories and more tonight on the Northwestern News Report.
It's your news right now. Good evening and welcome to the Northwestern News Report. I'm Justin Sweetwood.
And I'm Bria Calpin. Thanks for joining us. Right now, sub-zero temperatures are sweeping across the Midwest. We hope wherever you're watching us, you are bundled up and prepared for the dangerous cold. Northwestern President Morton Shapiro announced yesterday all classes and activities are canceled after 8 p.m. tonight through at least noon on Thursday. In an email to students, he says the university will provide essential services like policing and residence hall dining, and the school will continue to monitor the weather moving forward.
We have team coverage of the extreme weather tonight. Joey Safchik is in downtown Evanston and Amanda Rooker is outside our campus studio with a look at current conditions. Amanda, we hope you're staying warm out there. Can you tell us how cold it is?
Bria, Justin, take a look at this thermometer. It says it's right about 0 degrees, and you'll notice the scale doesn't go much lower than that, although it's supposed to get much colder than this tonight and into tomorrow. Now, when it's this cold, water is supposed to freeze when it's exposed to the air. Let's give this a shot. All right, well, it doesn't look like it froze, although it might when temperatures reach into negative numbers tonight. I talked to students and administration for their tips on how to stay warm.
Chicago winters are known to be brutal, but there's a first for everything.
It's freezing. My car took 30 minutes to start up today. I'm from Evanston and I've never seen it this cold before.
For like the snow, I make sure that I wear like a couple pairs of socks and I wear waterproof shoes, obviously, and lots of layers, scarves, jackets, coats, sweaters.
Wednesday may bring the coldest weather in Chicago's history with predicted temperatures of 11 to 12 degrees below zero, comparable to the forecast in Alaska, Antarctica, and Iceland.
Wind chills of minus 40 or below. So 40, 50, 60 degrees below zero. Your skin, if it's exposed, can freeze in 5 minutes. So it's a frostbite concern.
Northwestern didn't cancel classes yesterday or today, but they added additional shuttle services to get students where they're going safely.
I'm outside Fisk Hall, one of the several shuttle stops for Northwestern's Frostbite Shuttle. In a recent email sent to parents and students, Northwestern announced that due to increasingly cold temperatures, it'll be running these Frostbite shuttles in attempts to keep students safe and warm on their commute to classes.
We're going to tell people to utilize their Transloc apps that you can locate the shuttle and where it is and when it will arrive at your location. So we don't want you out there waiting 30 minutes when we're telling you, don't be outside for more than 5.
Because when it's this cold outside, every minute counts.
I already know someone who's gotten frostbite, and it would be really rough walking through those super cold temperatures.
I have that shuttle app right here on my phone. Now you'll see that the app will tell me that the nearest shuttle is about 16 minutes away right here by Fisk Hall. Now, as you mentioned, classes are canceled tonight, tomorrow, and into Thursday morning. But if you absolutely have to venture out into this weather, it is so important that you plan ahead so you don't get stuck out in this cold like me. And on that note, I'm headed inside.
Thanks, Amanda. Come on in and get warm. It is certainly dangerous for everyone to be outside tonight, but for the homeless in our community, finding a warm place to sleep is a particular challenge. Joey Safchik has more on emergency shelters getting people out of the cold tonight. Joey?
Last year, Cook County reported a staggering 27 cold-related deaths by the end of January, and that was a mild winter compared to this year. That's why Interfaith Action says they are glad they have the funds to open their doors to homeless people every single night this year from December through the end of February. Volunteers come and they spend the night with homeless people who are typically from Evanston and the surrounding areas. I sit down with Sue Murphy, who oversees the operation here, and tells me why their services can save lives.
Thanks, Joey. We'll check in with her again in a few moments. Turning now to our budget deficit, Northwestern will have a balanced budget by 2021. That's according to an email sent to NU faculty and staff by University President Morton Shapiro. The school announced a $100 million deficit last year. Administration cut funds from some departments to make ends meet. Last year, Provost Jonathan Holloway said the school's operating budget was about $2 billion and called the deficit an annoyance, but not a problem.
Students concerned about controversial visiting researcher Satoshi Kanazawa got some answers last week. Provost Jonathan Holloway took questions on the issue. He says he disagrees with Kanazawa's ideas, but stresses that Kanazawa's presence was more important for academic freedom. Kanazawa's work includes articles titled, quote, "Why are black women less physically attractive than other women, and why beautiful people have more daughters?" A new committee is coming to ASG to investigate mental health in student organizations on campus. Senators from NU's Associated Student Government voted last week to start the subcommittee. This is not the first time ASG has tried to advocate for wellness on campus, but this new move comes after the resignation of former ASG President Sky Patterson over wellness concerns.
30,000 Chicagoans are back to work this week now that the longest government shutdown in U.S. history is officially over. In Evanston, more than 3,000 people were out of a job, several of whom qualified for the city's emergency assistance program. Organizations around the area offered furloughed workers free and discounted necessities like pet supplies, food staples, even comedy show tickets. And NU researchers believe they may have taken the first ever pictures of a black hole being born. The image was captured over the summer, led by Northwestern physics professor Raffaella Margutti. Her team found what they call the cow. Margutti says her telescopes captured the moment a neutron star imploded, becoming a black hole. The event happened just a meager 200 million light years away.
Having this new window of exploration on black holes and neutron stars right at the time when they form, they give us new information to anchor our theories.
Margutti and her team presented the finding at the American Astronomical Society earlier this month. She said the research was well received.
And after the break, get ready to say hello to Hello Dolly.
What do homeless people do in dangerously cold temperatures? I'm at an emergency overnight shelter with more.
Are Midwestern cities colder than Antarctica? I'm Anna Maria Silic, and I will be back with your 5-day weather forecast.
At Northwestern, we're wildcats in every way.
Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Back to our team coverage on the remarkable colds we're experiencing tonight. Meteorologists are saying this could be the coldest weather we've seen in a generation. But where do homeless people go when temperatures drop below freezing? NNN's Joey Safchik is at an emergency homeless shelter downtown. Joey?
That's right. I'm here at the First Presbyterian Church on Chicago Avenue. Now, right behind these doors, there are about 35 homeless people. They're all seeking shelter from the bitter cold tonight. Interfaith Action provides Evanston's only emergency homeless shelter. With temperatures expected to drop below zero over the next few days, Interfaith Action of Evanston's emergency shelter offers overnight refuge for homeless people. A grant from the city of Evanston and donations allow these shelters to provide an indoor place to sleep, warm blankets, and hot cocoa. Sue Murphy oversees the emergency shelter operation.
If we didn't provide this space, people would be sleeping outside. They might be sleeping in a parking lot. They hopefully would be sleeping out of the wind. But with the cold that we're going to be having, it would be dangerous for them. So we provide a place for them to come in, to get a good night's sleep, and to be safe. So it's really important. They don't have any place else to go.
Now, Sue Murphy says that typically the shelter hovers at about capacity, which is 35 occupants. On nights where it does go over capacity, they do have to shut the doors at 10, but they will give people transit cards to get on the L trains. They have recommendations for other places where they can sleep. They'll give them Burger King gift cards so that they have a warm place to stay for at least a little while. Now, if you're interested in helping Interfaith Action, Murphy says that they're always looking for new volunteers. You can come and help set up cots, help serve hot cocoa, or you can stay overnight and really get the chance to know some of these people.
Thanks, Joey. Back on campus, it's that time of year. The Dolphin Show is back in Conn Auditorium. NNN's Jessica Vitti has students take on an old classic.
Hello, Dolphin Show. Over the weekend, the 77th Annual Dolphin Show opened in Conn Auditorium. It's the largest student-produced musical in the country.
It takes a village, a very large village, to make the Dolphin Show happen.
A team of more than 150 students from all 6 Northwestern schools work on Jerry Herman's Hello, Dolly.
It centers around the incredible woman, Dolly Levi. She is a jack of all trades. She can do and she can teach you how to do absolutely anything, but her favorite thing in life is matchmaking.
As the winter quarter blues strike, the Dolphin Show aims to bring a little warmth into students' lives.
It's truly just the most joyful show. There's so much laughter. It's really, really magical. It's part of the reason that we decided to choose it.
The show is about learning to see the world in a brighter way and in a more positive way, and about having that kind of little mental switch to make your days brighter.
The Dolphin Show has been using Conn Stage since 1970.
I'm so excited for the audience to get to be sitting in Conn Auditorium with us. It's a 1,000-seat theater, so you really can just feel the energy when you're in here.
They also have a full orchestra pit.
I'm thrilled for the moment when the lights go down and the orchestra starts their overture. The fact that we get to do that in this show and treat our audience to the beautiful music of Hello, Dolly, I think it's just going to be remarkable.
You can see Hello, Dolly, starring Christina Layton as Dolly Levi, before the parade passes by on February 2nd. Jessica Vitti, Northwestern News Network.
Speaking of Northwestern Theater, the school's oldest show, WAMU, is launching its annual production next quarter. NNN's Evan Robinson Johnson took a peek at this yet-to-be-seen show.
Each year, Northwestern student theater group WAMU presents an original musical written and composed entirely by students. With their spring deadline fast approaching, this year's crew of more than 30 writers have already begun working on the music and the story of this year's production, For the Record, which will mark the 88th show in WAMU's history.
WAMU this year, For the Record, is loosely based on the story of this New York Times reporter who has started doing obituaries on women and other people who have been overlooked in the past.
So our story takes that sort of modern day journalist and has her focus on specifically 3 women, and she kind of learns about their stories, and from that learns about her own life too.
Last week, with only a few songs and scenes complete, the creative team held auditions, and they are now excited to announce they have a complete cast for the show.
I think WAMU is a great experience for students because it's very hands-on. You get to have a lot of control over putting together this entire show, and that's what people are doing in the real world, on Broadway and in Chicago, is putting together new work.
Co-orchestrators Ye and Lee say they are hoping to provide a more collaborative atmosphere for the show's creators this year. In these upcoming weeks, they will continue developing the plot and composing new songs for the record. Evan Robinson Johnson, Northwestern News Network.
Saturday Night Live comedian Pete Davidson will be coming to campus Saturday. Tickets for the event, sponsored by A&O Productions, sold out in minutes Monday night. Less than an hour after tickets sold, students started selling their tickets online for as much as $200. Those tickets are non-transferable. You'll have to show your wild card at the door to get in. With Pete Davidson coming to campus in less than a week, we wanted to know which SNL cast member was a favorite among Northwestern students.
So we asked you in this week's edition of Rock Talk.
Hi, my name is Bryce and welcome to Rock Talk. Today we're asking students who their favorite SNL cast member is.
Rock Talk.
Who is your favorite SNL cast member?
I'd have to say Kenan Thompson.
Why?
Okay, well, he's really funny. I've watched him from like when he was on, Good Burger, and then he's really funny, and he's just like the best, I think. So,
Kenan Thompson.
Why?
I think that he's been on. He's the longest. He's been on for a long time, and he does great impressions of everybody that he does.
I would say the girl with the blonde hair.
Kate McKinnon.
And why is she your favorite?
She's just really funny, and I think she does the best impressions.
I don't know. I don't watch SNL. I don't know.
I don't watch SNL.
My favorite SNL cast member was Fred Armisen.
Why?
Because he did really good impressions and he's funny.
So what do you think about Pete Davidson coming to campus this Saturday?
I personally am excited. I just hope people know what type of humor that he has and are prepared for what he's probably going to say to us.
I mean, I have bias with A&O, but I mean, I'm really excited to hear what he has to say. I'm not sure if he's doing a comedy skit or like Q&A.
Interesting choice. Not that surprised, but should be fun.
Thanks for watching Rock Talk.
If you have an idea for a future Rock Talk topic, tweet us at @NN_news.
We shot that yesterday, but wow, did it still look cold out there. Here's Anna Maria Silic with your 5-day weather forecast.
That's right, Bria. It is definitely chilly. The Chicago Tribune is reporting Chicago, Illinois might potentially be the coldest place in the entire planet tomorrow. The polar vortex is plunging into the Midwest this week, causing life-threatening low temperatures and leaving parts of Midwest colder than Antarctica. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a low of -21 and a high of -11. This is the coldest high temperature ever forecasted in Chicago history. So with classes canceled, you might want to stay home. Thursday will be warmer, though still sub-zero. It will be cloudy with a low of -2 and a high of -1. On Friday, we're back above zero with a low of 10 and a high of 20. Saturday is even milder with a low of 34 and a high of 36. Sunday will be the warmest day with a low of 34 and a high of 40. Expect rain showers, not snow. This week we'll have to get through one of the coldest days in Chicago history and the worst ever wind chill since 1983. Before everything warms up, make sure to bundle up and make some tea. I'm Anna Maria Silic, and this was your 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Anna Maria. Up next, kicking off Black History Month celebrating African culture, we'll take you inside Harambe.
At Northwestern, we're wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
With Black History Month coming up, our Olivia Olander caught up with the group on campus celebrating African culture.
That was a cappella group Soul for Real, one of the acts that performed at Harambe, a celebration of African, Afro-Caribbean, and African-American culture. Black student group for members only hosted the event to kick off Black History Month. Program coordinator Anaya Akani said events like Harambe are crucial on what she calls a daunting campus like Northwestern's.
We're just stronger when we're together as a unit. Whatever problems we're facing, whatever joys we have, it's just easier to celebrate and to fight those as a group.
The event had a half dozen acts, including traditional drumming and a gospel group. Northwestern singer-songwriter Debbie Marie Brown also performed songs off her new EP, Not Too Fast. Harambe is a Swahili word that translates to all pull together. Students who attended the event, like first-year Ruben Amancio, said they felt empowered by the message.
The Black communities are trying to be unified here at the school. You know, like we're trying to stand together, like make a solid community where we can interact.
Organizers said the goal of the night was to pull together the community through culture and history. Olivia Olander, Northwestern News Network.
We'll have continuing coverage of Black History Month events happening across campus starting next week.
That's right, Bria, and now let's send it to Olivia Olander in the NNN Newsroom with your national update.
It was a big week for national news headlines with the end of a month-long government shutdown, massive journalism layoffs, and a sitcom literally saving someone's life. I'm Olivia Olander. Let's check out the highlights. The federal government is up and running after the 35-day shutdown ended Friday. President Donald Trump reached an agreement with Congress to fund the government for 3 weeks, border wall funding not included. The government could close again if they can't figure out another compromise in 3 weeks. President Trump also suggested he could declare a national emergency to start building his long-promised wall. Journalists at BuzzFeed, HuffPost, and some local news outlets lost their jobs this week. Around 1,000 people were laid off. Journalists took to Twitter to support each other and express frustration. President Donald Trump had his own reaction, tweeting, "Fake news and bad journalism have caused a big downturn." The Los Angeles Rams have yet to take on the Patriots in the Super Bowl, but they already have one win in the works, a $5 billion stadium. The stadium will be the most expensive sports complex in the world when it opens in 2020. The space will host both the LA Rams and the LA Chargers. A Tucson man saved a woman's life this week using CPR skills he learned from The Office. According to the Arizona Daily Star, Cross Scott remembered an episode from season 5 where Steve Carell's character learns to give chest compressions to the tune of Staying Alive. The 21-year-old sang the song out loud as he performed compressions until the woman woke up. I'm Olivia Olander. This has been your National Update.
Up next, we take you to Chicago's own Donut Fest to sample some sweet treats. It's a story you do not want to miss.
At Northwestern, we're wildcats in every way.
Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
Over the weekend, more than 2,000 people really stepped up for charity. Megan Leibowitz was in Chicago with the story.
Outside of Chicago's third tallest building, it's pretty cold. Inside, however, things are warming up. Thousands of Chicagoans are about to climb up 80 flights of stairs at the Aon Center. They are participating in the 22nd annual Step Up for Kids, an athletic fundraiser for Laurie's Children's Hospital.
I'm here to participate and give back to the hospital that I was treated at when I was 17.
That's Tony Ostrowski. 5 years ago, he was diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma, and for half a decade, his supporters have ascended the steps to show their gratitude for Laurie's. Today, they all climb together.
It feels really good because I remember the first year we had it, I couldn't participate since I was still going through chemotherapy.
Most everyone says climbing up 80 floors was well worth the sweat.
It is fantastic, and it just shows what a great organization Lurie's is.
This crowd speaks for itself. Everybody's here just for the kids.
8-year-old Theo Chapman spent 20 days at Lurie's, suffering kidney issues. His team, Theo's Tigers, climbs in his name.
Why are you all here today? For Step Up. For Step Up? Who are you here for? Me.
1,643 steps climbed, over $600,000 raised, and an uphill battle for a rewarding cause. Megan Leibowitz, Northwestern News Network.
The fundraiser benefits the Lurie Children's Department of Family Services, which provides school services, art therapy, and family support.
Ever want to try all of Chicago's best donuts in one place? Chicago's annual Donut Fest is the place for you.
Donuts, dancing, and deliciousness. Welcome to Donut Fest 2019, Chicago's premier celebration of donuts. Local donut shops and bakeries gather each year to compete for the coveted title of Best Donut. Only one will walk away with first place. Organizer Rebecca Scout brought them all together.
We thought that it would be fun to get all of the donut shops in Chicago together in the same place so you could taste all of the donuts at once instead of, trying to drive all around the city to try all of them.
DeVille and Lolita Brittman own D&D's Place on Chicago's South Side. They won last year's Donut Fest.
Hoping to win this year. And so we just enjoy what we do. We love it, we love people, and we love donuts, as you see.
The Brittmans were one of 11 donut vendors competing this year. Some vendors tried special themes to stand out. Stan's Donuts and Coffee debuted a Valentine's Day donut.
There's something really classic about the chocolate and road donut, and Valentine's Day is coming up, and we thought red velvet would be a cool way to debut that.
For the past 6 years, Donut Fest has begun to expand beyond the bounds of Chicago, bringing together donut lovers all across the country to bond over these beautiful sweets.
People love donuts everywhere. Like any city, you're going to find people that just really love donuts.
But for Chicago donut lovers, these donuts will more than do. Carly Menker, Northwestern News Network.
First prize went to Downstate Donuts. Gurney Donuts came in second.
Coming up, a popular college pet might be making students sick. What officials say you should do to stay safe from hedgehogs.
At Northwestern, we're wildcats in every way.
Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Finally tonight, a warning to hedgehog owners. No snuggling your pet or else. Hedgehogs are popular pets for students because they are cuddly but low maintenance. Now, federal officials warn getting too close might get you sick.
At least 11 cases of salmonella have been linked to the animals since October, though no deaths have been reported. Hedgehog enthusiasts say the proper hygiene is key.
I'm not concerned at all about my hedgehog giving me any health problems at all. Just don't eat the poop.
As you can see, hedgehogs love to cuddle. Annie, who you just heard from, has 2 hedgehogs, one named Keto, the other Sir David Attenborough. She told us hedgehogs can be challenging at first because they take a while to open up, but she said the best part is definitely watching the silly faces they make.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Briette, hedgehogs are terrifying.
Oh my gosh, you sound like my mom. She wouldn't let me get a little small animal because she thought they were really
terrifying.
scary.
It's weird. You don't have hedgehogs, you have a dog.
Okay, I could agree with that. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. For all of us at NNN, I'm Bria Calpin.
And I'm Justin Sweetwood. Stay warm and go Cats.